What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 7 of the minus 6 challenge, where I try and shoot minus 6 through 12 holes at my home course. Now, always, the dicey hole number 1 here at Cultus Lake. Left it a little short, flared it a bit. This chip was okay. As you know, there's been a bit of a putter controversy in my bag if you listen to my podcast. So we're trying out a different putter today just to kind of see. This was a great swing. Feeling very spicy about this, and as you can see as we walk up to the green, we should feel spicy because that was an absolute dart. The reason why we're trying different putters is just obviously in tournaments we're trying to see which one's going to be the best, and this is kind of a decent start. We're 2 for 2 on putts. Hole number 3 here, always the challenging par 3 third hole, pin at the back, and normally we flare this right, and for the past couple episodes, guys, we have been hitting a great shot here, and this was a dart and a half, but this is a vote to never put this putter in the bag. Oh, man. Just a waste of an opportunity there, considering how close we put it on such a tough hole. Fourth hole here, tightest par 4. Potentially the toughest par 4 in all of Canada. This is before the LST went back in the bag, so we still have the TSR here. And this is just a poor wedge shot. As if you have also been listening to the podcast, you'll know that wedges have not been my strong suit over the past little bit, and something I definitely need to work on. And this is before I had any touch-ups with my coach, Max. So the wedge game should be much improved in future episodes, but as you can see here, the putter and the wedges are letting us down in this hole. Love that. We are now back to even through 4. Hole number 5, thought we'd just rip this and feel a little better about ourselves, and we actually caught this pretty good. This is, again, why kind of the TSR isn't in the bag anymore, is because I hit that pretty decent, and that spun a ton, and probably should have been about 10 to 15 yards further than when it landed. But even though we didn't hit that great, we hit this wedge pretty good, which was like a nice vote of confidence. And we also get a nice vote of confidence from this putter, getting the birdie putt and just sneaking it in on the left side there. So that was pretty good. We are now -1 through 6 holes. Well, this is the 6th hole now. This is the par 5. 6th, we rip 4-iron out there to the corner, which leaves us with probably is about 175 yards in. And I just a bad swing. Probably should have hit a draw here. The ball was above my feet. Trying to cut it from there was just stupid. So we flared it to the right side, which is, there's a good amount of room here. And we had a nice little chip, bounce it off this hill, which leaves us with, a couple feet here to just clean up for birdie, which would be very nice. And we do it. So now that leaves us at -2 going into hole number 7, which is the very short par 3. And this wedge was decently clipped, just not long enough. And so that's going to leave us with a pretty decent lag putt. And normally from here, with the shape the greens are in and everything, the chances of making a putt of this length is very rare and would be very, very lucky. So we settle for par, and we move on to the 8th hole. And we are 2 under, and we're going to throw a nice little dart here to a front pin. Now, I would have liked to thrown this a little more left, but you always kind of aim for this right side because it's just a little safer. You don't want to be in that bunker at all. And this putt was just a slinger, and we got it in. So we're now 3 under. Going into the 9th hole here, which is the very short par 4. Tee was pushed up today too, so this is like the go zone. Wind just kind of hit this a little more than I thought. Probably should have taken more club as a result, but I misjudged the wind. Left us here on the front edge, basically. Chipped it on. And again, it just should have been chipping it closer. Like, it's fine, but, again, I should also make this putt. So just 2 mistakes there. Well, actually 3. Should have got it on the green in the first shot and then do this. So 3 under through 9. How many opportunities have we given up so far today? The score should be higher, but it is what it is. This 4-iron, though, was absolutely cooked. Over the trees, par 4 10th, which left us with this putt. And we had to sledgehammer the absolute crap out of this because you just don't know with the speed of the greens. Like, it's brutal. And this left us with a dicey little slider, and we've had a couple of those today that we have not capitalized on. So it would be really great to capitalize on this, and we do. So now we're at 4 under with 2 to play. So now things are getting hot. So we rip driver here, try and hit a nice big cut to give us a good little look at the green. And this ends up with about 50-yard shot remaining. And so with the state of the wedges, this was very nerve-wracking to say the least. But we clipped this perfectly, got a little bit of just enough bite, but it rolled out. And we have this nice little tap-in birdie. Well, not tap-in, but close enough for this putter. And so now we're a 5 under going into the final hole. Decide to hit 3-wood and go for it because my coach said you got to sack up and hit this shot. And I flared it a touch, but thankfully we hit basically the only patch of grass you can hit out here to stay alive. Now, the good thing is that the distance here between this shot and the last hole is the same wedge shot, okay? So we're thinking we got this, and we're going to walk out of here with a nice 6 under. But we line drive it through the green and just absolutely blow it. Yeah. Super sick. Love that. So now we're back here, and we're thinking, okay, at least let's get up and down for par so we can get to 5 under, which would be the best score we've had so far in this challenge. And we just don't carry the chip. Literally needed it to go another 1.5 yards. And so now we have this to try and save par, which we will not. And that leaves us with a tap-in bogey to finish at another 4 under. So, disappointing 4 under. As you guys can see, there's some good and there's some bad. There's obviously a lot of cleanup. There's obviously things I need to fix. And there's some concerns that just keep rearing their ugly head, both in tournaments and in this challenge. So that's what I'm getting to work at. Again, 4 under within this context is not bad, but it's definitely not good enough and definitely not where I need to be. So it's back to work, and I will catch you on the next one.